Hello everybody, Caden here today with another episode of Wildlife Park, and today we're back to do a special little video that people said I should do because I guess you guys wanted to get a full look at the park in depth. So that's what we're gonna do today. Today's Wildlife Park episode is kind of a special one, just to tour and see what we've already created. So I'm trying to figure out which way we go, because we can either go in the order we built them or, well, let's see. To be honest, let's go this way, I guess. We'll start with the pangolins, because these are the ones we got in first. They're kind of the first animals, so it's more special, I guess. But yeah, we have our little pangolins here. And they're a nice little deserty exhibit. I actually really like this one. Even though it's like the first build we did. Oh, well, I have a door, don't I? Yep, I even have a door with like a little gate and a little walkway and all that. But yeah, this was the first little build we ever did for the zoo. And to be honest, I still think it's one of the best ones we've done. It's cute, it serves a purpose, it's interesting, it's different than a lot of the stuff I do, because this is the only build I think in the entire zoo without a rock wall at any point in the build. It's actually just, like this. Also, give me a second. Oh no, my sounds are normal. Oh, that's weird. Anyway, what was I gonna say? Yeah, so it's just a little simple exhibit, and I really like it. And we did some different style trees here, and it turned out really well, I think. I really do think that. Plus, pangolins are absolutely adorable. I mean, look at that face. That's just an adorable little face there. You can't say no to that face. That's the face of an angel. We have done like the signs and stuff over here. I haven't got this everywhere. I was trying to decide whether or not I wanted to do like tons and tons of work between to the park for this video, and I kind of decided against it because I realized I might do a video just on decorating the zoo and stuff like that, and we'll kind of see if that happens. It probably won't be soon, but it might happen soon-ish, by which I mean a few. I might finish off a few more exhibits first. This is our little Galapagus tortoise exhibit, which was kind of the first of these little mini exhibits I decided to do and I've got many more planned, but basically just something small, something that doesn't need this massive build or all this stuff going into it. It's just a small, quaint little build that's just meant to look cool, and I like it a lot. And I mean, I think the Galapagus tortoise model is fantastic looking. Honestly, the Zawa mod is quickly becoming one of my all-time favorite mods to play with. It's honestly just an amazing mod, so if you guys don't have it, I highly suggest you get it and download it and play it, because it's a ton of fun. Anyway, if we continue on over here, we have our Kangaroo Exhibit, which I don't think I've changed since I made it, but it's got some unique things to it. We've got a covered walkway up here with a unique kind of barrier that I really, really, really like. And yeah, this is our little Kangaroo Exhibit. This is one of the first builds, and actually, I believe this is the one I built. Yeah, this. So we have a little staff path back here to get to the tortoises and the kangaroos, which I feel like I should try and do on some of the other exhibits, and I think I will try and do it at some point. But yeah, this is our little Kangaroo Exhibit, and I really like this one for the main reason of it's one of the first ones where I really got down this varied terrain texture, or the texture block variation thing down really well, and I'm really happy with how that turned out. But yeah, here's our little kangaroos. I love their model. It's, again, a lot of these Zawa animals, it kind of blows my mind how amazing they look. Because again, this is just Minecraft, but they look like, well, I was gonna say real animals. I mean, they aren't like, photorealistic or anything, but they look really good for what this game is, I think. And we got their shelter, we got some more kangaroos hiding in here. Yeah, overall a pretty good little build. So we'll just fly over to the fountain. I mean, there is a connection over there, but we'll go over and look at the North American animals real quick. So the first one is our grizzly bears, which live over here. And this one's climbed up here, and there's one that's on a tree, and then there's one down by that little lake there. And I think this is the second largest exhibit to date that we've built, but I think it was also it's technically the build that took me the longest so far. Just purely because I had to make all these rock features, and it took a ridiculous amount of time to make them this tall and complex. But again, I think this exhibit overall is really nice. I really like this build. It very much feels like going up to the Pacific Northwest and the kind of terrain you see around there, or like Alaska. It's just a really pretty exhibit, and I really like how it turned out. Very different color palette than most of the stuff we've been building recently, and I'm very excited to return to this when we eventually do more exhibits in this area, or in that biome, which will be really, really cool. Next up, I believe we have our bald eagles, which are based, and I mentioned this in the episode I made this exhibit in, but I based this build off a condor exhibit at my local zoo. So I thought that worked kind of well. I actually really like how these the eagles fly. I mean, it's a bit weird looking, but any flying mob in Minecraft generally looks kind of weird. But I think this mod pulls it off really well. I think it looks really good. We got a little waterfall. We got lots of trees. Got a dead fish. Yeah, just lots of cool stuff. It's kind of hard to see through it, to be honest, but I mean, at the same time, I think that's kind of okay, you know. It's a bit all right. I really should put some like caretaker stuff here, like some barrels or something. Yeah, if we head inside real quick, just a really, really cool little build. Really, really cool. Oh, and there's the eagle in the tree. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, we got just a nice little perch up there for them. We got a couple of trees, lots of open flying space for them to hang out in. It's really cool. Next up, I guess, is probably the tapirs, isn't it? We'll kind of glance in the tapirs, then we'll head that direction. So this is the first of the major rainforest exhibits I believe we did, and this was me kind of figuring out the style for them. But we have our little tapir exhibit here, and to be honest, we might have a second tapir exhibit, or a second Brazilian tapir exhibit build video, because although I like it, there's a lot of stuff I could change here, and maybe I'll just make like a video where we go through and update some of the builds. Because there's lots of trees and other designs I've started doing since I made this one that I think would definitely improve this build and make it look a lot nicer. So I think that's something that will probably happen in the future, but I mean, I think there are some good aspects to this build, some good stuff I did. I just think I could easily make it better if I applied a bit more skill to it. Anyway, over here we have one of my all-time favorite exhibits we've built so far, the Platypus. Cause it's, I mean, if we just hop up here real quick, like it just looks amazing. I love the feel of it. I love the way everything kind of comes together to create this mini exhibit. It's just cool. Honestly, it's something I'd like to replicate my dino series with some creature at some point. I don't know which creature, but I'd like to do something like this. And then if we head down this way, we have our Jaguar exhibit, of which, funnily enough, I think except for one, if I can find it, yep, except for one, all of these are Melanistic Jaguars. So yeah, we have 4 melanistic ones and a normal Jaguar. I do still have a couple of white pillars in here. I know people complained that they were a bit too high contrast, and I rather agree with that. So this is another exhibit I might come back at some point and work a bit more on, just to make it look a bit nicer. Anyway, if we continue on down this way, we're getting down towards the stuff we've basically just created. But I did, if we quickly fly up, I did get the pathways. How did you get out? I literally just upgraded the fences. How did they do that? Okay, there's this problem with this exhibit here, which is our Sumatran Rhino. Let me get a net out real quick. We're gonna have to throw you guys back in, because you guys are being bad and escaping. I honestly don't know how they're doing it, but they're doing it somehow, some way, and it's kind of rather bothersome. We'll figure it out how they're doing it. But anyway, yes, this is our Sumatran Rhino exhibit. I love this thing. I think it looks really cool. I am sad I had to raise the iron bars a bit, but other than that, I mean, let me see. I want to see. Are these just like... Nah, they count as a block and a half. Okay, I was just making sure. But yeah, this is our Sumatran Rhino enclosure, and honestly, it's fantastic. I love this thing. It's my favorite exhibit currently in the zoo. Just the way it all looks is fantastic. It's this dense jungle with a bunch of water in it, a small waterfall, and the Sumatran Rhinos are by far some of my favorite animals of all time, so, you know, it just really is amazing to me. I really love it. Plus, I don't know, it's just got this really cool tropical feel to it that I don't think I've quite captured as well in any other exhibit. It's just... Oh, okay, this may be how they're doing. Ah, so what I need to do is remove vines, because that's how they're escaping. I see. That's a shame, though. I like the vines. They looked cool. We should probably remove these ones, too, then. But if that keeps... Oh, my goodness. They actually will just climb them. Yikes, I gotta get rid of a lot of vines by the fences. That should help. Anyway, if we then hop down here, though, we covered the last 2 exhibits we've built recently. This first one being the chimpanzees, which I like. People said I should probably have made it bigger, and I kind of agree with that, but I think overall it works quite fine for now. I mean, to be honest, I'm not really spawning in realistic numbers of the animals. Realistically, I would not put this many chimpanzees in here. I'd probably only put like 4, but this isn't like dinos where I'm trying to make all the exhibits like super realistic and only put certain amounts of animals in. Because more than likely, as I've seen with my Sumatran Rhinos, they'll probably escape or die for some reason, and I'll have to replace them anyway. So I'm kind of okay with just sticking tons in, and that sounds actually really cruel now that I think of it. But anyway, yeah, this is our chimp exhibit. We did a little bit of a climbing platform. I think I may have put too many trees in, and I might remove a tree. At least, I think I might remove this front tree here in the future, just to kind of make it a bit more open and allow people to see in a bit easier. But anyway, if we head over here, we come to our newest exhibit, which is our Pygmy Hippopotamus, which we built just last week. And I love this thing too. It's not quite the Sumatran Rhino levels of favoritism, but it's still pretty darn good. And I have to say, it's a fantastic little build. I didn't quite finish this the viewing section for the underwater area off, but I think that's okay since it doesn't really have a way to get in. Also, I just realized the chimpanzees and the Pygmy Rhinos don't have entrances or like staff gates in yet, so I'll have to do that. Maybe I'll do a whole staff episode where we kind of build staff gates, staff pathways, staff buildings, stuff like that. Kind of make this a bit more of a zoo. But anyway, that's all I have to show, guys. That's all for now. I have to say though, it's coming together, I think, guys. I mean, more than any zoo I think I've ever built, this one is coming together the most. It's got defined areas. It's got lots of good little builds. It's got lots of places to decorate and really fill stuff in, make this an interesting place. We got space for buildings we should do. We got space to expand pathways, make plazas, put staff buildings in, which is something we've never really done before. And there's just so much space to put cool and interesting and crazy animals that I'm very excited for this. And yeah, I'm very excited to see what's going to happen in the future with this series. So if you guys have any suggestions for what we should do in the future with this series, let me know in the comments down below. Let me know what you want to see. Let me know what buildings, exhibits, animals, whatever. Let me know. I'd love to hear from you guys. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I hope you've all enjoyed. And until next time, guys, see ya.